Hi everyone, Elite Assassin here, and today I want to talk to you guys about a game that I've been looking forward to since E3 of last year, and that game is Monster Hunter World. Now, for those of you who aren't really familiar with Monster Hunter, it is a long-running series by Capcom, and we really haven't seen it on any major consoles in a very, very long time. I do believe we might have had one for either the Wii or Wii U, but that's really about it, and honestly, if you weren't a Nintendo fan, you probably haven't tried the series that much, because that's really where it's been for the last, I don't know, maybe 10 years or so. You know, this series really did live on the 3DS and DS handheld consoles for a while, and that's mostly due to, over in Japan, it's a very mobile society, and they're really on the go a lot, so it made more sense, and it sold really, really well over there. And while it did have kind of a niche cult following over here, it never really got that mainstream success. Well, now with the release of Monster Hunter World on the PS4, the Xbox One, and eventually later on in the year, the PC, it's really time for it to get its time in the spotlight and to shine. And from the beta that I played, that you're watching the footage here, and from a lot of the reviews that are coming out, it really is going to get its time, and it really is getting well received. And like yet, the other day I put the hype video out for Dragon Ball Fighters. Today is the hype video for Monster Hunter World, and I'm going to give you guys some reasons why I think you should be excited for it, and things that I enjoyed during the beta, and just some overall general knowledge for the game, so you know what you're going into. Now, of course, Monster Hunter, the main thing you do in the game is you hunt some monsters. A lot of these monsters are anything that look like dinosaurs, to wyverns, to elder dragons. There's a whole bunch of variety of monsters you're going to be fighting in this game. And that's really what the main focus is. It's has a very interesting, grind and loop of defeat monsters, get parts to make better armor, better weapons, so you can go and fight stronger monsters. And I do believe it has some kind of story mode to it, which kind of involves your character trying to research and figure out why an elder dragon moved to the island. But I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be just nice to be there, but it's going to be kind of a throwaway to the gameplay and experience of the game. But there will be somewhat of a story mode and story missions in the game. It won't just be, here's a hunt, kill a thing, here's a hunt, kill a thing. It'll be that in between, but they'll be using the reason of researching the island and its inhabitants to figure out why that bigger monster is there. They also might have different kinds of side missions, I know, to kind of go find certain kind of plants, which will help you, make potions and stuff like that. Go capture certain monsters alive. So instead of going out there and killing them, you might have to weaken them and capture them in nets. I believe there's also an arena in the game, so I believe when I heard that you're going to get certain armor sets forced on you and then go into an arena to try to kill a monster. So there definitely are different modes than just go out and hunt things. There's also an expedition mode where you can go free roam throughout the different environments and, collect things, hunt, do whatever you want without the cumbersome timer, because there is one important thing you have to know. Every mission in this game is timed. Now in the betas, like this one, they were only 20 minutes long, with the very difficult one being 15 minutes. But I do believe in the main game the timer is relaxed a bit. So most normal hunts you'll have about 15 minutes, which is more than enough time to kill the monster. You'll have time to walk around the environment, to collect materials if you want for potions or certain kind of ammo or stuff like that. You'll have plenty of time to take your time and defeat the monster still too. Which I'm sure some of the end game and harder monsters might have more strict timelines, but the timer for the main missions are going to be relaxed. So while the timers are there, they're not going to be something you have to worry about too much. Now, this game is built for both solo and co-op play. And it's really neat because this game can be played completely solo by yourself, but at any time, if you're having problems and you have an internet connection, you'll have an item called an SOS flare that you can shoot up in the air, and players who are at the main hub world will see that, and they'll be able to join in with you and help you out. So, besides the fact that you're playing through this game, grinding the gear out, there's a whole cooperative element that even if you don't have friends you can shoot this flare up and get help from other people who will come in. So if you're having a hard time, and a lot of people who are going to be new to this series, myself included, I'm sure are going to run into some problems. But it's nice to know they built in this little safety net for newer players, so more veteran players can come in and help. And that's a really cool thing. And also, speaking of that, this game seems like it's really going to be very stream friendly. And what I mean by that is, the one streamer that I was watching the other day really brought this point to the forefront, and that is, in Japan, with them being, like I said, a mobile society and Monster Hunter being very popular over there, if you're over in Japan playing Monster Hunter and you need help with the quest, if you're just walking around, you'll find someone who can help you. It's a very popular game. It's a very social game. So, this game has built in where you can have up to 16 players in a lobby together, and you can go out in parties of 4 and hunt. So if you're a streamer, you can, bring in viewers into your hunting lobbies and have them 16 minutes at a time, go out with 4 of them, come back, grab 4 other ones, bring 4 people in. It can be a very social experience. And not only that, but streamers who are more knowledgeable can help teach other players how to play. So, it could have this great interaction on Twitch and on Mixer or YouTube, however you want to stream. This game is open to all kinds of viewer interaction, so that's going to be something really cool and a really good social element to this game. And when I say learning, please understand, this game is going to have a learning curve. I know I'm going to have a hell of a time. This gameplay you're watching isn't by any means great gameplay. This is me just trying to figure out how to use these blades on this monster, and I do kill him, but I definitely don't know exactly what I'm doing 100% of the time here. I definitely have a lot to learn. I know there's a lot to learn. Some weapons are very different, and that's one thing that's really cool. There are 14 different weapons in this game, but they all are very different. They're all a very unique playstyle. Some are very simple to understand, while others are very, very nuanced and take a lot of time to learn, with a lot of different button combinations and techniques you have to learn. For example, there's an Insect Glaive weapon that I tried using on this exact boss the first time I fought it. And I knew you could jump around with it. That was really about it. But from watching that streamer, I learned that there was button combinations I wasn't using to shoot a bug out you have on your arm, and depending on where it lands on the monster, and it comes back to you, depends on what kind of buff you get. And you can get one for it landing on its head, for one landing on its legs, and for landing on the monster's body. And if you have all 3 buffs, they last longer, and your moveset changes, and there's so much different things, and that's just one weapon. There's so many different things, so many different playstyles. It really is a game that you can sink a lot of time into, learn a lot about, and there's just so much replayability that I can't wait to really dive into this game. One thing to know too is, unlike a lot of games where you fight things, there's no health bar. So when you're going in there, you'll swing your weapon, you'll hit monsters, and you'll have damage numbers pop up, which is nice and actually new to the series. So your damage numbers will pop up. You'll be able to tell, if you're hitting weak spots or spots that are more resistant to damage. Some that might, do better with blunt damage. Some parts might be weaker to slash damage. You'll be able to find out by seeing what numbers are what. And the only way to tell if a monster is close to death is you'll see it physically start to show signs. They'll start limping. They'll try to go run around and eat to gain stamina back, or sleep to gain stamina back. So it's a game where you really have to pay attention to what's going on with the monsters, and not one where you can just sit there and hit a health bar because you won't see it. And really that makes sense a lot, because a lot of this game is you watching the monsters for their tells, because they telegraph all their moves, but you really have to make sure you're paying attention and watch. This is a game where you will probably die a lot if you're newer like myself, so please go into this game knowing you're probably going to die a bit, so just expect it. But it's a learning experience, and it seems really fun. And like I said earlier, one of the main things about this game is the whole crafting system. That's really kind of like the pull of the game. If you're someone who likes games like Diablo or MMOs, where you're like getting loot and gear and stuff like that, that's really one of the main pulls of this game. And luckily they have a much better crafting system in this game. You can actually make a wish list of what you want to build, so you'll know if you pick up components that it's for that item. And say you want to craft potions or a certain kind of ammo for a gun or for the bow and arrow if you use it. You can actually have it set so that you can auto-craft the things once you find enough materials, which is really nice and really intuitive. So it takes what could be a very time-consuming process and helps speed it up a little bit and streamline it to the point where it's not, it's not there anymore, but it's not also too time-consuming where you could be have more time focused on exploring, finding the materials, and hunting. So overall, I hope what I've said about this game sounds interesting to you guys, and I really hope this game does well. I'm personally really, really excited for this game, and hopefully the gameplay in the background was somewhat interesting. Like I said, I wasn't very good doing it, but I didn't really play that much, so hopefully it wasn't too bad. Hopefully you guys are somewhat excited after watching this or watching reviews, which I'd recommend going to do because it's been getting very good reviews out there, and there's a lot of actually in-depth and knowledgeable reviews out there as well. Alright guys, that's about it for me, so let me know in the comments down below if you're looking forward to Monster Hunter, and if so, what's the thing you're most excited about for it? And if not, why not? I'm definitely interested. Alright guys, that's about it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later.
You can use jump attacks to mount monsters.